Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'll be discussing 2024 free agent safeties that the Commanders could target when free agency opens up. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the 3K subs. If you could, hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so first off, let's go ahead and start with Kyle Duggar. And y'all might be asking, well, didn't Kyle Duggar get tagged by the Patriots? He did, but the Patriots used the transition tag on him, which pays, I think, like $13.8 million for the 2024 season. Kyle Duggar can still talk to teams in free agency, so he still is technically a free agent. Now, the Patriots, you have the opportunity to match with what that team offers, but if they fail to do so, that team obviously gets to sign Kyle Duggar. So he is a free agent option, is in a really good safety free agent option. In his rookie season, and I actually wanted him back in 2020. He was projected to go like second or third round, a day 2 pick back in 2020. And I feel like he would have been a really good draft pick for us, but we didn't get him, so it's what it is. I'm pretty sure he went in the second round to the Patriots, like pick 54, 55, somewhere around there. But in his rookie season, didn't do a whole lot. Had 64 combined tackles, 1 TFL. In 2021, he took a major leap, playing in 15 games. He had 4 interceptions, very impressive right there. 92 tackles, 5 TFLs. In 2022, he played in 15 games, had 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, 1 fumble recovery, 1 touchdown on that fumble, 1 sack, 78 tackles, and 5 TFLs. In its past season, 2023, honestly, you can argue was his best season. Maybe you can argue like 2021 because 4 interceptions is crazy, and he had 2 pick sixes in 2022. So you can argue that year as well, but he was really good this past year. Played in all 17 games, had 2 interceptions, had 7 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 1.5 sacks, 109 tackles, and 6 TFLs along with 5 QB hits. So Kyle Duggar, he's a really good safety. He'd be amazing alongside their force. Honestly, I'd give him more than Cam Curl because Cam Curl, like I said in like multiple of my videos, the max I would give him per year is like $12 million per year. I'll give Kyle Duggar maybe like 13 or 14 million dollars per year, 14 million dollars at most, maybe 13 and a half at most, because the transition tag costs what 13.8, so 14 million dollars per year for Kyle Duggar. That would be pretty solid because he has been a very underrated, a very solid safety in the NFL for the past couple of seasons. And yeah, I mean, overall, he'd just be a great signing along with Derek Forrest. I know those two would play really good. Obviously, Derek Forrest, he got injured in week 5 against the Bears. Very unfortunate. He wasn't really playing that great once he got injured against the Bears, but in 2022, he was dominating on the field. So I feel like maybe you can put him you can move Derek Forrest to strong safety. He actually started as strong safety and replaced for Cam Curl week 1 against the Jaguars in 2022, and put Kyle Duggar at free safety, or maybe put the Kyle Duggar at strong safety, Derek Forrest leave him at free safety, whichever one works, because Kyle Duggar, he can play all over the field, and overall would be a pretty good signing for the Commanders. Next up, I got Justin Simmons, and as y'all all know, Justin Simmons was released by the Broncos a few days ago, man. Russell Wilson really got the Broncos in cap hell because they had to release Justin Simmons in order to clear some cap space. It's not like he had a down. Well, I guess he had a down year this past 2023 season, but he was still really good. I mean, he played 15 games, had 3 interceptions, 70 tackles, 7 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, 8 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles. Even made the Pro Bowl and made it to the second All-Pro team. So he was still really good, even if you consider this season up-down season for him. But the Broncos just had to release him because of, they just needed to create money in order to like at least participate in free agency, to have some money to spend during free agency. So they had to release him, unfortunately. And this safety market is stacked. I mean, we got Xavier McKinney, Cameron Curl, Justin Simmons, Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, and more guys. So it's unbelievable. So this safety market, we gotta leave with at least one safety, after free agency. But Justin Simmons, I'm not gonna go through his entire career because y'all know he's been a top 10, even top 5 free safety throughout his entire career. I mean, over the past 3 seasons, I just read off his 2023 stats. 2022, you could argue, was his best season of his career. I mean, he played in 12 games. Well, only 12 games, but he had 6 interceptions, which is insane. Only playing 12 games, had 6 interceptions. That actually led the NFL. Absolutely insane. 7 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, had a fumble recovery as well, 69 combined tackles, 2 TFLs, and made the second All-Pro team. And in 2021, played in all 17 games, had 5 interceptions, 1.5 sacks, 80 combined tackles, 4 TFLs, 2 QB hits, and once again made second AP All-Pro team. Justin Simmons, he is an excellent player. Now, he is a pure free safety, and we already have Derek Forrest, who's a free safety now. I wouldn't mind moving Derek Forrest to strong safety. You could say he's best suited at free safety, but I honestly think he could play either one of those positions. I mean, like I said earlier in the video, when Cam Curl was injured against the Jaguars, which won in 2022, Derek Forrest stepped up in his place, and he was strong safety, and he looked really good. He had that big hit on Travis Etienne, as well as the interception that sealed the game later in the game. He picked off Trevor Lawrence, so he was really good at strong safety, so I would not mind moving him back there, and maybe signing Justin Simmons. Now, Justin Simmons, he's definitely the player Joe Woods Jr. and Dan Quinn would want. They want this team to force turnovers, which we have struggled with over the past couple of seasons, so Justin Simmons, he would be a huge add to this secondary. First of all, our secondary can't be any worse than last season. I mean, it ranked dead last in the NFL in yards allowed per game, points allowed, just everything. Overall, our secondary was horrible last season. So it's only going to be better, and Justin Simmons, he would improve this secondary by a lot. Now, his market value, I don't see it on Spot Track right now, but they'll probably have it listed later on. But we just don't know what his exact market value will be, because the Broncos just released them. The safety market is stacked. But also, safeties are being a bit, devalued right now, especially the free safety. Teams want a safety that can play all around the field, like all over the field. Someone like a Kyle Hamilton who can play in the box, on the edge, free safety, strong safety. They want a guy like Kyle Hamilton who can play all over the field, not like a pure free safety like Xavier McKinney or Justin Simmons. So, but still, Justin Simmons, if we were able to get him, that would be a great signing. It just depends on how much money he would want. I'd probably say the max amount of money he'd want is like $15 million, but he might have to settle for something a little bit cheaper because of how much the safety position is being devalued this year. But we'll see. But overall, if we were to be able to get Justin Simmons for a reasonable price, I would absolutely love it. All right, so next up, I got Xavier McKinney. And Xavier McKinney, he's had a pretty solid career so far. I mean, he's dealt with some injuries like in 2020 and 2022. In 2020, only played in 6 games. I'm pretty sure he got injured early on, but he did have an interception, 1 pass deflection, 25 tackles, and 1 TFL. In 2021, the following year, he had a monster year playing all 17 games, had 5 interceptions, including 1 pick 6, had 10 pass deflections, had 93 combined tackles, and 1 TFL. That's a really good season right there. In 2022, played only 9 games, and I'm pretty sure he missed like the rest of the regular season due to like an injury. He suffered a non-football injury, I'm pretty sure. He suffered while the Giants were on their bye week. But he played in 5 games, had no interceptions, 5 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 45 combined tackles, 1 sack, 2 TFLs, and 1 QB hit. That's pretty solid right there. And then this past 2023 season, played in all 17 games, had 3 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, half a sack, 116 combined tackles, and 2 TFLs, along with 1 QB hit. So that's pretty good right there. Now with Xavier McKinney, he can actually play both free safety and strong safety. I'm pretty sure he played more free safety with the Giants, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe more strong, but I'm pretty sure he played more free. In 2021, I'm pretty sure he played free safety most of the times in most of the defensive snaps. So he's pretty good at free safety, but he can also play strong safety a bit. So like I said, with Justin Simmons, well, not Justin Simmons, actually, Kyle Duggar, we can really play, Xavier McKinney, if we were to sign him, Xavier McKinney or Derek Forrest at either or free safety or strong safety. We can start each guy at either or position, so it really doesn't matter where we start each guy. Now, Xavier McKinney's his market value. I would say his market value is in between maybe $11 to $12 million, kind of similar to Cam Curl. The most I would give Xavier McKinney is like $12 million per year, maybe $13 million per year, because he does force more turnovers than Cam Curl, but probably $12 million per year for him, maybe 12 and a half, but most likely 12 would be good for him. But I would love the signing of Xavier McKinney. I mean, he's been really solid for the Giants, one of the only bright spots for the Giants these past couple of years, so he would be a very solid signing for him. Not much to say about him because, he'd be pretty good. He'd be overall pretty good. Even him and Cam Curl were drafted in the same draft class. I remember after season 1, the rookie seasons, fans were having debates of which, oh, who was better. No, it was actually after the 2021 season. I seen Giants fans and Commanders fans having an argument about who's better between him and Curl. I think Curl was better, after 2021, even after 2022. You could lean to Xavier McKinney, but I feel like Cam Curl is better. But still, signing Xavier McKinney would be a very solid signing for the Commanders. Next up, I got Julian Blackman. He's been safety for the Colts for the past 4 seasons. He was drafted by the Colts in 2020. Want to say in the 2nd or 3rd round. And like, the other safeties I've mentioned, he's been a very, very solid safety as well. In his rookie season, he played in 15 games, had 2 interceptions, 6 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 42 combined tackles, and 3 tackles for loss. 2021, played in only 6 games due to injury, had 1 pass deflection though, 1 forced fumble, 34 tackles. In 2022, probably the best season of his career, played in 14 games, had 1 interception that went for a pick 6. He had 2 pass deflections, 1 fumble recovery, 1 sack, 50 tackles, and 2 TFLs. And then this past 2023 season, actually you could say this is his best season really, because he played in the most games of his career, 15, 4 interceptions, had 1 fumble recovery, 2 fumble recoveries, sorry. He had 88 tackles, 5 TFLs, 8 pass deflections, and 1 QB hit. So overall, Julian Blackman, he's been really good, and he'd actually been on the cheaper side of things. He hasn't been mostly a free safety throughout his career in Indianapolis. So like I said, with Kyle Duggar and Xavier McKinney, we could move Derek Force to strong safety and then put Julian Blackman back at free safety. I would not mind that at all. And he'd be on the cheaper side of things, costing maybe like $9 to $11 million. $11 million probably the max. I wouldn't mind signing him to like a $3 or $4 year deal, worth like $33 to $44 million per year. That would put the average per year at $11 million, which I would not mind giving that to Julian Blackman at all, because he forces turnovers, which is, what Joe Wood Jr. and Dan Quinn are looking for. Players that force turnovers, and Julian Blackman, he can definitely do that. It's probably one of the reasons as to why we haven't re-signed Curl yet, because he's a solid safety, especially for a 7th round pick. He's a very solid player, great player. He just doesn't force enough turnovers. He just doesn't, he's not a playmaker. He's not a big playmaker, and he hasn't forced a single interception since his rookie season. So that's probably the reason as to why, we haven't paid him the money he wants. We probably the max amount of money we want to give him, like $11 to $12 million. He might be asking more than that though, because the salary cap has gone up, so contracts are gonna go up too. But we just aren't willing to pay whatever he wants. So Julian Blackman overall, he'd be a really good signing for us. Some other safeties I want to mention before we get out of here. Jamal Adams could sign him, but he's a little washed at this point. He was all right this past season for the Seahawks, just never played a full season with a Seahawks uniform on. We got Eddie Jackson, Quandre Diggs, Kevin Byard. I think he met with the Bears today. Darnell Savage. Darnell Savage is another interesting option. I'm pretty sure we wanted to draft him or Brian Burns at 16 overall, but Dan Snyder, obviously, he stepped in, and when he saw Dwayne Haskins on the board, he pounced right on him and drafted him. But Darnell Savage Jr. was an option for us in 2019, so I guess I wouldn't mind signing him. He's been pretty solid with the Packers. Who else do we have here? Keanu Neal, don't really want him. There was one more guy. Oh, Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin back in 2020. I really, really wanted him in the 2020 NFL draft, but the Panthers took him with the last pick in the 2nd round, which was unfortunate. We did end up with Cam Curl later on in the draft, who has turned out to be better than Jeremy Chin. So Chin is another option, however, don't really want him. And the final guy I want to briefly discuss is Deshaun Elliott. I think he's been in the league for like 4 to 6 seasons at this point. Played with the Ravens to start his career. I'm pretty sure he went to the Lions after that and to the Jets. He's been pretty solid throughout his career. Just hasn't been amazing, but he would be pretty cheap as well. Maybe costing like $4 to $7, maybe $8 million per year. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 3K subs. If you could, hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.